Hey guys, today we're going to show you how to install a Bixpy J-2 motor on your Twist Stow Hobie rudder systems. So the Twist Stow comes on the Mirage Sport, comes on the Revolution kayaks, and on the Outback models pre-2019. So these are all the rudders that are on the back here, and you got your two pull cords and they twist and stow on top. Now I've already removed the Hobie rudder off here. So we're going to start from that point, assuming that you've already removed your Hobie rudder and you have all the nuts and bolts that came with it. You need those nuts and bolts to put our Bixpy rudder on to your rudder. So the easier way to do this is to put the Bixpy rudder on to your Hobie rudder place first, and then put the motor onto the Bixpy rudder. And we're going to speed this part of this up because it's a little bit boring. But you've got your nuts and bolts from your Hobie rudder, and we're going to use the same nuts and bolts to get this Bixpy rudder on to the Hobie rudder. So here we go. And there we go. So we now have our rudder in place and it is now ready for our motor. So when you get your J2 outboard kit, and we'll need this adjustable wrench as well, in addition to that Phillips screwdriver, you do get the kit in a nice neat box with a quick user guide. Please read the user guide as it does contain a lot of information that's useful. Do you have your battery? Got remote, charger, our motor of course. We do have our kill switch with a small Allen wrench there to open the back of the motor in case you need to clean it out or change that shroud for the Mirage drive. And under our remote, we do have some dielectric grease that I'll show you how to use in a second, and a set of 4 nuts and bolts to secure the motor to our adapter. I'm going to show you how to put this motor on the adapter. So here we go. So now that we have our rudder on here, we're going to put our motor onto the rudder. And that's very simple, guys. We've got 4 holes on our rudder here that correspond to the motor. And you can put that cable on either side. On these Hobies, it's easier to put it on the right side just because you'll be able to later on tuck it underneath our cables and run it up to the back. So there is our motor, and those are the nuts and bolts we had in the box. There's one. And now we do want to get these nuts and bolts nice and tight. We don't want to use a power tool to do that because we are dealing with plastic, so you may end up damaging your stuff, but just nicely tighten by hand will do the job. And 3 and 4. Okay, once they're on, we want to use our adjustable wrench or a 7mm socket wrench if you've got one handy, and we want to give this a nice tightening, nice and tight. Okay, there's our cable now. Now a nice place on the Hobies to actually run your cable through is right behind your steering line. And you can run that to the back, and of course to your outboard battery that you can leave sitting on the back, or you can extend this out on the bigger kayaks and put it under your seat. On this kayak, it will not fit under the seat, so we're not even going to bother. But on a lot of the bigger kayaks, like the Pro Anglers or the newer Outbacks, this will fit under the seat. What you want to make sure is that it is not sitting in a pool of water with you sitting on top of the battery. So you just want to make sure there's not clearance for the battery if you're going to put it on your seat. So with that said, you've got your battery, you've got your charging port, your auxiliary 12 and 5 volt port, and you've got your main power port. So we're going to open that guy up, and just to protect those pins from corroding and from getting rusty, we're going to put a little bit of dielectric grease in there that came with our package. There's our little bit of dielectric grease in there. Then you'll see there are 5 pins in there, and of course 5 holes on the cable. So we're going to line those up and make sure those 2 little plastic tabs are also lined up with those 2 little notches on our adapter. So there we are. And once those 2 tabs are lined in, you'll notice this will click right in and go in. You want to turn that 175 degrees until you feel it click into place. And the first couple of times you do this, it's a little bit harder until that O-ring breaks in, but it'll get easier and easier. And again, you can have this resting out here in the back. It's fine, it'll be secure. It is waterproof, of course, so if you do get splashed, it's fine. And you want to run your kill switch from the battery all the way up to the front. You want this either around your ankle, on your life vest, or on your arm or wrist or somewhere. So if you do fall off your kayak doesn't just take off on you. So this is very important and critical. So there's our kill switch. And kill switch turns the system on, and you'll know how much battery you've got by those 6 LED indicators. And then of course you have your remote, and your remote can go on your wrist. You can put it on your seat or on your paddle, wherever you want, basically, with the Velcro that's on the back. And that's it, guys. So now we have powered this Hobie Mirage with Twist Stow Rudder adapter, and of course our battery and remote. We're done.